Hello. So I'm going to show y'all how to make a quick presentation using Zoom to record either PowerPoint or just photos. So the first thing you'll want to do is you're going to start hitting record at the bottom. It's at the bottom right next to the middle green share screen button. It's a circle. You can also press Alt-R is the command. After that, you can just press share screen, which I'm about to do. And you can either share your full screen or just share the presentation that you want to show. So for me, I can share just PowerPoint and it'll go only to PowerPoint. It'll only show this. Once I'm here, I can present and start my presentation. So I can say, so normally if I'm using PowerPoint, I'd have text, I'd have, a title for each of these. I just put a picture to show you how to do it. In PowerPoint, you can make it however you'd like, make a real presentation. But for here, you can say, okay, my name is Andre Gross. I'll be presenting to you about Aristotle. So Aristotle was a Greek philosopher born in 384 BC in Stagira, Greece. He was taught by Plato, who was taught by Socrates. They are essentially known. There's plenty of other Greek philosophers, but they're known as the three great Greek philosophers because they're the most well-known and probably had the biggest impact on philosophy as a whole. So he was born in Stagira, Greece, and this just shows you where it is comparatively. But he actually did most of his work and founded his school in Athens, where a lot of philosophy was done, and not much is actually known about his early life. So in Athens, he founded the Lyceum, which is a school for philosophy. Basically, anyone could talk and learn, and it became the first peripatetic school of philosophy, which peripatetic comes from a Greek word meaning of walking to or of walking towards. So it essentially means that they walk and talk and they learn while walking, and this is shown in this painting. And they talked and they essentially had discussions. This may have been a myth, but it was written down by students and people that were there. So we don't know for sure, but that's the record we have. One of, I think, Aristotle's really primary contributions was his prior analytics, which was essentially the foundation or really the invention of logic or modern logic, what we know as dialectics. Immanuel Kant said in his Critique of Pure Reason that, okay, we don't need to continue going, but that Aristotle essentially completed logic with prior analytics. But essentially this way, I can keep presenting this PowerPoint, and then when I'm done, I just click Alt-R or hit record again, pause the share, and then hit record again, or go to more and stop recording. And then when you end your own meeting, it'll say meeting file converting, just wait, and then go to where that file converts. So I'll show you after where that file will go. For me, it's in a Zoom captures folder. So I'm at the end of my slideshow. So now I'll show just using pictures. Essentially what I did is I just downloaded these pictures and I ordered them. So if you are having trouble with PowerPoint or you don't have access to it at the moment, which you should, and if you don't have access, please talk to me and I'll help you get access. You can just go through photos and do the exact same thing I just did with only photos, or just taking pictures of your PowerPoint slides even and going through in photos and talking like that. So now I'll show you, for me, when I look for my Zoom, at the end of your Zoom recordings, it'll show you, okay, this is my personal meeting. It has just the audio. Here, let me share the screen. Let me share my full screen so you can see what I'm talking about. So, oh, actually I should have showed. So before, when I was showing the photos, it's just these photos and you can double click and they're ordered. So I just go through them and talk similarly. But you should have access to PowerPoint, so you should not have to do that. For me, I have two separate videos here, Zoom 0 and Zoom 1, because I started earlier and stopped the recording and then restarted it when I was ready to actually record. So Zoom 1, I can rename it, the video, tutorial Oh, well, this isn't actually the one for now, so I won't rename it. This is a separate file because the one I'm recording right now will show up after. But once it says stop converting, it'll open up this folder automatically. You'll have this video and you'll be able, it'll be an MP4 and you'll be able to upload it or email it, much like many others. Another thing you can do is if the video is too long or too big, you can right click, send to compressed zip folder, and that'll give you a slightly smaller file that you can send. Hope this helps, and let me know if you have any questions.